Hey, everybody, it's your H-Town Rundown Houston Rockets basketball podcast. Once again, I'm here with my boy Dante, and we got 4 wins to talk about. We got to talk about some guards in the league, but first, let's get right into that intro, baby.
Yes.
Here we are, guys. Dante, we just won a few more games. We're 10-1 in March. Please tell me how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling awesome, man. I'm feeling great. Like I said, man, I've been saying it all year long before the season even coming. So before the season even start, man, we're gonna have a change. We're gonna have a change. Like I said, it's coaching staff is gonna change a lot of things. Ime Udoka is coming in with a purpose to try to win. And our guys is gonna get better. And hey, man, I'm just excited, man, to see how guys go out there and play every single night.
The last we were 500, like this deep in the season in March, was when we were back in the playoffs as the 4th seed, way back in 1920 with Russ Westbrook on the team. That's the last time we were 500, way deep in the season. That's absolutely incredible. Ime has done so much for his team. I'm so excited. I'm very excited. We got a couple things to talk about. We're going to talk about all 4 games, obviously, throughout the week. The Cavs, Wizards, Bulls, and Jazz. They're all W's, which is absolutely fantastic. And then Dante and I are going to break down the top 2 guards in the league. Of course, we got to do this now. Jalen Green won Player of the Week last week, right? He's been defending his title this week so far, and he might go back to back. If he don't, it might be rigged, low key. You know, he's had 240 pieces this week, had a slight little 26 game, man. You know, you might be Player of the Month, damn near. You know, by the way that we've been playing, Jalen Green's been playing out of his mind. A few players have been playing out of their mind as well on the team. But let's jump right into it, right? So first off, we're going to talk about the first game, which was the Cavs. The Cavs was quite an interesting game. I enjoyed it. It was definitely up and down at times, but again, a good game overall. We ended up winning 117 to 103. Jalen Green with 33 minutes in this game, 26 points and 11 rebounds. Just another double-double for this man. 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Absolutely fantastic. He shot 45% from the field, which, is not fantastic, but it's also not bad. 45% from the field from a guard is pretty good. And he went 4 of 9 from 3, absolutely fantastic. And he went 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Not too terrible here, but making 4 threes in this game, absolutely fantastic. And then Fred VanVleet, man, another great game from him. 35.5 minutes played in this game, 13 points, 5 boards, 16 assists, a steal and a block. He did not have a very efficient night, 33% from the field and 37.5% from 3. But again, he got his assists. He did it in bunches. Absolutely fantastic. And then Amen Thompson in this game, only 26 minutes played, and that's all we needed from him, for 18 points, 8 boards, and a steal on 73% from the field. Tell us how efficient Amen has been. Dante, go ahead and break down this game, starting with the ball movement, man. And we had assists left and right from everybody. And again, Fred VanVleet was 16 assists, man.
And one thing I like about Fred VanVleet, if he's not shooting the ball well, he's gonna play very good defense, and he's gonna get his teammates involved. He's gonna get guys some open shots. And Fred VanVleet, that's what he does. He doesn't always have to score and shoot the basketball well. There's gonna be some nights he's gonna be out, but you can bank on that. Again, he's gonna assist the ball pretty well. He's gonna rebound the ball. He's gonna hit him a couple of threes when he is struggling. But also he's going to give you all that effort on the defensive side of the ball. We made 15 threes, which was 35%. That was really good for us. We also had, you said, speaking of the assists, man, we also had 28 assists, man. That ball movement was good. When you have 28 assists, you're moving that basketball like you are. That basketball is not stagnant. Everybody's getting a piece of the pie. Everybody's touching the basketball when the ball when you have 28 assists. And you look at the steals, man. We had 9 steals. We was all over the place. We also forced the Cavaliers to 16 turnovers, man. When we are forcing teams to go 17 to 18 turnovers, we're getting more possessions than them. We're getting more shots up than them. And again, man, so impressed with these guys. So impressed with these guys, man, on the basketball court and how they played, man. And how about Amen Thompson cutting through the lane and dunking over dunking on top of Jared Allen's head right there.
That was nasty, man. That was nasty, man.
Pretty nasty, dunking over his head on a backdoor cut. Jabari Smith had a solid game this game, 3 of 5 from 3, 20 points. Amen had 18 points. Dylan Brooks chipped in with his 12. How about again, my guy, Grandpa Jeff Green, man. I gotta applaud him. Grandpa Jeff Green out there in a walking cane, man. Out there going crazy, man. So again, man, when you get contributions from everybody else and your guy, our guy Jalen Green, like I said, I think he should be the player of the month, man. We are 10-1 in the month. We are 10-1 in the month of March, and he's a key reason why we are 10-1 because he has upped in his game another level as well since LP went out. And man, Jock Landale continued to play some great basketball, man. I'm gonna give him a round of applause, man. He continued to play some great basketball, man. So, man, that was a huge win, especially on a very good defensive team. Cavaliers coming in was a very good offensive team as well. But, man, we played some very good defense, and we forced them to turn on. We made our shots in that game.
100%, and I mean, in that game alone, despite being in the paint a lot, right, we only had 12 free throws this entire game. To me, that's actually really interesting, now that I say it out loud, is how can you play an entire NBA basketball game and you only have 12 free throws? You know what I mean? Like, it's just that it's very interesting. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who averages 10 free throws a game. We got 12 in this game. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But enough rank on the refs. Again, ball movement was huge. Effectively, 16 assists. And like you said, when he's not doing very well scoring wise, he does make it a point to get the team the ball. He plays hard-nosed defense. And in my opinion, I think he plays harder defense when the ball isn't going in the basket than when it is going in the basket. He's a veteran that way, and he's more willing to be able to go in there. And then, dude, Jeff Green, what has gotten into that man lately? I mean, over the next course of games we'll talk about, Jeff Green has played really, really well. Like you said, and at his age, people keep calling him the LeBron of role players. Between him and Al Horford, that's totally true. He had 9 points this game in 26 minutes, and he shot 50% from the field. That's not bad for a player his age.
And the good thing about Grandpa Jeff Green, man, this guy still can jump, bro. At his age,
he can jump, man.
He still could jump up there, and he will dunk on you, man. He tried it. He tried it tonight. He damn near tried it tonight. He can still jump up there, and he is shooting that 3 ball really well. But like I say, it goes on to into the off season, man. This all started off season when we brought these good pieces in, these veteran in. And like I say, Dylan Brooks is proving worth every penny of that money that we actually gave him to go out there and be a very good villain for us and not take not take no stuff. And you're seeing everybody getting behind each other. You're seeing everybody having each other's back. You're seeing we're not gonna go out there and let these guys push us around no more because we got that toughness and we got that swagger on our team. 3 years ago or last year, everybody was pushing us around and was playing with us, man. Now, when you come on that Rockets floor or wherever we go, you expect to 100% compete every single night, and you expect the Rockets to not lay down and not have no pushover and not take no crap for anybody. They don't care what you is, and I like that, man. I really do like how the Rockets having each other back and Dylan Brooks sticking up for his team. And he even said it, in the press conference in a press conference, media day. He said, "It's not you're not going to come in and get no easy win no more. It's not going to be an easy win team no more. Easy win team no more." And people are seeing it. And like I say, man, I'm just happy, man. We got Rockets basketball back, man. That's the fun thing about it.
Yeah, this is Rockets basketball nonetheless. And speaking of Rockets basketball, we didn't even get to Jabari Smith Jr. 20 points and 7 boards as our starting center again. 3 blocks. He shot 62% from the field, and he went 3 of 5 from 3. It's nice when your center can step out, because that just spaces the floor for everybody. Brooks, despite being inefficient, still hit 2 threes. Fred hit 3 threes in this game. Jalen hit 4 threes, and Jabari hit 3 threes in that game. That's a lot of threes from your starting lineup. And then not to mention you had a couple threes off the bench here. Jeff had 1, Reggie Bullock had 1, and then Jayshawn Tate with that 3-pointer. He's been knocking down a little bit better as of recently. And hey, he heard the podcast. He said, "Hey, I need to get that corner 3 up." That's what I said I was working on all season, all off season, and he's shown it out in these last couple of games. Absolutely fantastic work from Jayshawn Tate. Shout out to all of our guys in this game. Now let's talk about another game. The Wizards. It was the close game for most of the game, that first half there. And then for some reason in the second half, the Houston Rockets absolutely exploded. We were, what was the score? It was like 76-78.
Well, 76, it was 74-76, I believe. 76-76, yeah.
Gotcha. And then, and that was in the third quarter. And then all of a sudden, we just couldn't miss. We just could not miss. 137 to 114 in this game. Jalen was on one. He was feeling himself shot after shot. He made 7 threes in 36 minutes tonight, guys. 42 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, and a steal and a block to go along with it. Just heavily filled up the stat sheet. Energy on 10 from the beginning of the game. He shot 57% from the field, 54% from 3. Absolutely fantastic. And he went about 85% from the free throw line. Really, really good, by the way, especially considering, he's taking quite a few free throw shots there. And then Amen Thompson, I'm giving him the next player simply because he played 32 minutes and had 25 and 10. Again, as a starter, he averages a double-double. I'm sorry, excuse me. Not a triple-double. He's not Russ. A double-double. But 25 and 10 with 2 assists and a block. Fantastic. Not to mention, he shot 83% from the field and no threes made. How do you score 25 points with 0 threes, man? Especially in today's league, the paint is just sweet when a man gets there, man. He shot 71% from the free throw line. And then in this game, we got to talk about Block Landale. In 20 minutes played, 10 points, 3 boards, and 7 blocks. Yes, you're right. Blocks. Yes. 20 minutes, a career high in blocks. And absolutely, he almost had a double-double in points and blocks. I don't know if that's ever been done before, but absolutely fantastic. Dante, go ahead and break down the game for us and start with the energy, man. Because the energy in this game, man, especially once Jalen started getting on that heater in the third quarter, he just couldn't miss. Hey, man.
Not to mention in the, first quarter, he had 18 points. In that first quarter, he lit it up in the first quarter. But again, man, we shot 51% from the field, made 13 threes. You want to guess how many times we got to the free throw line?
How many?
36 times. We got to the free throw line 36 times. We were being aggressive, going to the rim, getting to the foul line. We made 83% of our free throws. That's really good. I'm really impressed with that. For 36, going to the free throw line 36 times. We out rebounding them by 3. And again, we had 25 assists. I mean, that ball was moving around. Everybody was getting a touch. And the most impressive thing, we only had 7 turnovers. We only had 7 turnovers in this game. So I want to give most of that the credit, for Fred VanVleet for taking care of the ball. He's one of the best turnovers assist ratio in the league. Jabari Smith had a very good double-double, 18 points, 14 rebounds. Amen Thompson had 25 and 10. Jalen Green with a 40-piece nugget, man, and he had a 10-rebound game. You got Grandpa Jeff Green, another 12 points, man, including 2 big threes in the corner, tough threes. You got Jock Landale with 10 points. Aaron Holiday's chipping in, off the bench. man, like I say, man, another one of these exciting games, man. But also, we did talk about this. We did also talk about this to a certain extent. These are not, if you want to prove to be worthy to go to the playoffs and be a playing team, you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And I think we're doing a really good job of beating the teams that we're supposed to beat, especially a team like the Washington Wizards, who isn't very good, who's one of the worst teams probably the worst team in the NBA.
They are the worst team in the league.
You got to beat teams like this. You got to beat teams like this. And now that we get into we got to the thicker part of our schedule, the cool down part of our schedule, we really starting to beat teams that we're supposed to be. Not having a tough time with it. We're walking right through them, and that's how we're supposed to be. But again, Jalen Green had 18 points in that first quarter. All of a sudden, the game is 76-74, and Jalen Green just starts hits on another level. He hits back-to-back threes to put and everybody, all of a sudden, Jeff Green raining threes in the corner. I mean, Jalen Green put on an absolute show in DC. It got to the point when the crowd was going loud. The crowd was enjoying that performance. We in Washington, DC, and their own fans are cheering literally for Jalen Green and clapping for that performance that he's on. And Jock Landale, like I say, man, he's been impressive on the defensive side of the ball, man. And he has been nothing but some sensational tours, man. So shout out to Jock Landale. But Jalen Green put on another show, and it's bad enough. I mean, again, the fans was enjoying every shot he hit. It got to the point one time, couldn't even be mad at Jalen Green in this game. The double team still came anyway.
They were face guarding the shit out of him.
Face guarding the hell out of him. And the double team came anyway. He still shot the ball. Even though he missed, I like that because he still is hot. He's hot. And he would have damn near probably made it. So, again, Jalen Green just put on a show in Washington, man. I love the show he put on.
Yeah, there's not any better way to word that, you know. And not to mention, you know, Jabari Smith Jr. in 30 minutes played had 18 and 14. He didn't have a block, but he had a steal, and he shot 54% from the field and made 2 threes. That's pretty solid, you know. Pretty productive work in 30 minutes there. Jeff Green, once again, 12 points off the bench, 57% from the field. Absolutely phenomenal from Jeff Green. Something about your name, your last name being named Green. Because you look at the players that go off, you know, Draymond Green, he goes crazy. He might not score, but he gets you rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Jalen Green scoring all the time. Jeff Green at 90 years old, still playing on the court like he's young. What more is there to do? You know, just absolutely fantastic game from our guys. It's also worth noting, Amen Thompson, right? I said earlier he shot 83% from the field. He made 10 field goals. He went 10 of 12. Put in that perspective, Jalen shot 57% from the field. Still really good. But he made 12 of 21. That's crazy. But the thing I want to talk about really quick, said he made 11 of 13 from the free throw line. He was hitting his mid-ranges, right? He was hitting his free throws. He was hitting his threes. But most importantly, he was making his damn layups. He's been converting in the paint. It would just, I can only imagine how his points per game would skyrocket if he got a good whistle. Yeah, AD in the chat, man. He's JG on his own personal revenge tour. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. It's been some sort of tour for sure. Just, you know, put it out there. Jalen's been phenomenal. The rest of the team has been phenomenal. And there's not much to do, you know. And even in this game, Dylan Brooks in 24 minutes played only had 2 points, and he still took 7 shots. And Udoka recognized that Brooks wasn't having a great game, despite him, you know, not having to guard anybody. He was just off his game. He switched a lot with having Jabari and Jock Landale on the court at the same time, or having some combination of those guys plus a bench player, which I think really worked in our favor because it got us in transition. It got us going to the paint, got us rolling. And I mean, you want to look right to that third quarter there. They scored 25 in this third quarter. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We scored 41. In the second half, we scored 77 points. Absolutely phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal game.
That's a fun game, man.
Now, obviously, we get to talk about the Bulls next, right? And I know Dante's itching to talk about them. I'm itching to talk about them. Let's talk about DeMar DeRozan real quick. In this game, he got real upset. Jalen Green blocked his shit. DeMar tried to dunk on Jalen, and Jalen was there, met him at the apex of his shot, completely legal, blocked his shit. Next play, they going down the court. Jalen, he gets a screen, comes off the screen, and DeMar checks the fuck out of him. That shit looked like that hurt pretty bad. DeMar checked the heck out of him, and Jalen said, "Okay, hold on, hold my beer." Went off for 26 points in 40 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
In this game, this is another scrimmage game. Of course, we are now, including the game we're going to talk about next. We are 5-0 in shit talking games. I'm not understanding what people are thinking. The thing is sweet over in Houston. You think, oh yeah, I'm gonna come up and I got something to say. Unfortunately for you, Bucko, Houston ain't sweet like that, man. The Houston Sockets.
Yeah, he said Houston Sockets.
Yeah, man. Well, we got a socket to them for sure. We ain't giving up, man. Houston has been playing with high energy, high motor, high pace, and along with that, the attitude has come too. They not let players push them around.
Yep.
Dillon Brooks even got ejected in this game, and he still had 23 points. But let's break it down real quick. This is 127 to 117 win here, a 10-point win. We led essentially all the way, through. They kept within distance, of course, at 10 points there, but we ended up winning this game. 26 points from Jalen Green, of course, on 45% from the field. He had 4 boards, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. Again, filling it up. What can't Jalen Green do? 33% from the field, and he only went 50% from the free throw line. But he didn't have too many attempts. Of course, you want to see that percentage go up, but he's been good so far. Then Jock Landale in this game, 27 minutes played, 17 points and 12 rebounds, 5 assists and 2 blocks on 60% from the field. Phenomenal game from Jock. And he was a huge paint deterrent too, because a lot of Bulls players, once he was there, like on a fast break, they would turn away, right? He had that paint presence. Really phenomenal. And he made all his free throws too. Again, phenomenal play from our boy Jock Landale. And then again, Dillon Brooks here, man. He got ejected with DeMar DeRozan. Dirty play from DeMar, but we move on. Brooks had 23 points, 2 boards, an assist, and a steal on 77% from the field. Now in this game, he didn't get to make a single free throw, but he did make half of his 3-point attempts. So that's pretty good to see. But he did all that in 25 minutes played. Go ahead, Dante. Break down the game for us, man. Let's talk about this win, man. This is a huge get back game. Go ahead, man. Go. The floor is yours. Because gosh damn.
I like, man. Again, another one of these very good wins. The Bulls are really coming into this game. They were playing really good basketball. They were playing really good basketball. And again, this was a winnable game. Again, I don't think the Bulls is a team that we supposed to beat because they got a similar record. But I'm gonna just say one of these winnable games that you could win, and we did. I mean, again, shot 50% from the field. We made 17 3-pointers, man. That was crazy, insane. Like I said, we out rebounded them by 6 when they tried to play that big lineup of DeAndre Drummond and Vuka. We were still out rebounding them, competing on the boards. We had also, what's the key? Ball movement, 27 assists. We have 27 assists again. And everybody's getting a piece of the pie. Everybody's touching the basketball. Ball has been moving. We did have 16 turnovers, so our turnovers went up. They got 5 more possessions than we did, but we was able to hold them down. But again, man, hey, man, this was a great, solid game, man. And again, another game, Jabari Smith definitely struggled in this game. You got 15 points from Aaron Holiday. You have 15 for Amen Thompson, and you had 14 for Grandpa Jeff Green. Yeah, Grandpa Jeff Green. So you got contributions from everybody that got pretty much in the game. But again, that play by DeMar DeRozan, that was completely unacceptable. I mean, he intentionally did that. Unsportsmanlike. That's not DeMar DeRozan. He normally don't do that, and he was getting frustrated. But again, he did that, and that was definitely intentional to send a message to him. And I like the way Dillon Brooks came to his head. Head. Even though
did you see that elbow that DeMar threw on him? Did you see that elbow?
Yeah. And it's like when he knocked him down, he didn't even bother about checking on him or see if he hurt the man. He just walked past him. And I like what Dylan Brooks did, even though he was lighting it up. Dylan Brooks, I mean, 77% is insane for Dylan Brooks. But again, I like the way he went over there and protected his teammate, and he took up for his team to his teammate. If it was last year, everybody would just looked at him like it wasn't nothing going on. But again, like Dylan Brooks said from day one, nobody's gonna come in and push us around. It's not gonna be an easy win. And I like the way we've been punching back ever since Phoenix. I like that, man. So I like the way Dylan Brooks handled that. I'm not mad at him at all from taking up for his teammate and having his back and getting in that scuffle with DeMar DeRozan. But DeMar DeRozan I've never seen DeMar DeRozan do that. And he could have intentionally hurt Jalen Green for what he did. That was a dirty move. And the cold part about it that I didn't like, Dylan Brooks only got a technical and he gets kicked out of the game for protecting his teammate. One technical shouldn't kick you up out of the game. I don't mind the technical because he got into it. He
escalated it, right?
But you didn't have to eject Dylan Brooks from doing something right. That was crazy. That was insane. For only one technical. It's not like it was he had already a technical in the game. He got just one technical, and all of a sudden he's up out of the game.
And he got ejected. Yeah. I mean, honestly though, it is what it is, but I think, man, that just kind of like kept us going, because up until that point, we were just really back and forth. And Ayo Dosunmu, man, he had 35 in this game. We could not stop that, man. He had a career high, but we did what we could do. We held DeMar to 16 points on 15 shots. To about what is that? Like, I think he made 2 shots in this game. I think the rest of them were free throws. He went 4-15 from the field and then had 9 free throw makes or 9 free throw attempts. So he shot 27% from the field, 4-15, didn't make a single 3, and then went 90% from the free throw line.
Yeah, AD said
absolutely insane, man.
AD said that is worth a long $20 million right there.
yeah, man, yeah. Dylan Brooks really having our guys' backs, man. That was really epic. When I saw Dylan walk up on him, I knew something was gonna happen, and then it got the interesting thing though about the scuffle was like they got into a little bit, right? And then when Dylan Brooks fell down, he fell down with another Bulls player. Never thought they was boxing, but they were just holding each other like, hey, like you good, because they fell down together. They were just trying to make sure that neither one of them got hurt. And then DeMar literally elbows the hell out of Dylan Brooks, right? Because Dylan Brooks probably doesn't grab a jersey if DeMar doesn't elbow him, right? Like he had no reason to. He just wanted to be like, yo, like, what the hell going on here? I'm not gonna speak for Dylan Brooks necessarily, but like trying to put myself in those shoes, like, like what the hell going on here? Like, you hit my boy, I gotta come check you real quick. And then you the aggressor, still being the aggressor, attacking Brooks for coming up just to see what's up. He shouldn't have been ejected, but it was probably a reputation thing. Like, oh, we don't want Dylan Brooks to cause any more problems, yada yada yada. So we got to kick him out the game. It is what it is. But we ended up winning this game. No Brooks, no Şengün, no Tari, no Cam, no problem for Houston. Just absolutely incredible what we did here tonight. I just want to commend our guys one more time. We stuck as a team throughout the entire game.
Yep.
They made sure that we didn't falter. Ime kept everybody in check. I mean, to put in the words of a lot of Rockets fans, in Ime we trust, because damn is he good. I mean, he's led us to the best record we've had this far in March.
Yep.
Since the 2019-2020 playoff Rockets. Absolutely incredible. Just absolutely incredible from our team, man. Yeah, we are 5-0 when we squabble, man. Stop talking.
Yep.
Quit talking shit, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. We don't lose when you talk shit. Just stop. I mean, we can even look back to that Atlanta game from last season. When Jabari got tapped on the head from DeJounte Murray, tapped him up on top of his head there, and then ran back after he made a 3. We got into that big ass fight, and then KPJ and Jalen Green just went off the rest of the game, man. It's the same story that we're seeing here. Stop picking on Houston. We ain't the Wizards. We don't have 11 wins. We got 35 wins. We have one less win than the Golden State Warriors, who at the beginning of the season had championship aspirations. And here they are fighting in the 10th seed, fighting tooth and nail right now to make sure that they can secure a spot. What we want to do is make sure going forward that they keep losing, or Golden State keeps losing, or your Lakers keep losing. Either way, as long as when the teams lose. Personally, I would love to be the team that faces Golden State Warriors in the play-in and knock them out of the play-in. I think that would be even more sweet than just being above them in seeding. Me personally, I'm trying to knock their ass out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we still got one more game to talk about, and then we get to talk about something else cool. So let's jump right into the next one here. We're going to talk about tonight's game, which was absolutely a crazy win here. The Jazz ended up scoring 119 points. We scored 147 points. We had 85 points at the half, which is the highest we've had all season. Fred VanVleet, tying a franchise high with threes made, 10 threes. 10 threes tonight, man. An elite efficiency. So let's go start breaking it down. Jalen Green in 33 minutes tonight, he made 7 threes on 64% from the field. Ended up having 41 points on a total of 68.2% from the field. 4 boards, 4 assists, and a single steal. It's when he locked up Collins when he was clamping Sexton over there, man. That's absolutely crazy. And he ended up having 100% from the free throw line. Fred VanVleet, in only 28 minutes played, only 28 minutes, he had 10 threes on 67% from the field, 34 points, 3 boards, 7 assists, and 2 steals. He went 68.8% from the field and made all his free throws. Again, the free throws were coming in nicely. And, Dante, just for you, man, we was talking about Jeff Green. We've been talking about him all this time. He earned his respect, and he made it to the key players tonight. He made 4 threes in 25 minutes played. He had 21 points, 4 boards, an assist, and 2 monster blocks. He shot 50% from the field, 50% from 3, and he made all of his free throws. Dante, go ahead and break down this game, man. This was an exciting, fun, blowout game. I won by almost 30, despite the other team still scoring almost 120. Absolutely crazy.
Man, this was insane, man. From start to finish, man. And Fred VanVleet was just on worldly fire, man, tonight. We made 27 threes a night, man. We lit it up tonight, man. Jalen Green having 10 threes. Fred VanVleet knocking down threes early. It was times he was shooting from the logo and was making it. 31 assists tonight, 85% from the free throw line. Everything just went right for us, man. We rarely shot points in the paint because we didn't have to, because we were making every three that we throw up tonight. But again, man, it's just awesome to see, man. And again, you got Grandpa Jeff Green rising up tonight. You got Grandpa Jeff Green just going out there flying again tonight. How about the 2 alley-oops that Jalen Green had was above the rim?
Huge alleys. And then that Jeff Green left-handed dunk on that fast break. Oh, man.
That was really crazy, man. But everybody that got in the game contribute, man. And like I say, and Jabari Smith, again, we about to throw them in. You about to two-piece him tonight. Two-piece Chris Dunn tonight. You about to get it tonight again. I guess we 6-0 when we fight. We about to start a scuffle again. I don't think they want no part of that. The previous game that we played, Utah, the same two got into a scuffle. Remember that? The same two got into a scuffle.
What does Chris Dunn, what's the problem with Dunn and Jabari? Like what? Like they got history, I don't know why Dunn was trying to little bro him real quick. And then you can see like he's got Jabari by the jersey in the
clearly the jersey. He's grabbing.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking like, whoa. And then he threw a punch at Jabari. And I saw Jabari was winding up and I was like, man.
Oh yeah, he about 2P. He about to get ready, touch him up for a little bit.
Yeah,
but
bro.
Man, it was good. It was really good, man. I know it was some time that we took our foot off the gas. Man, we was up so good. We making everything, man. Like I said, I started to think the Rockets got bored out there the way they started playing. But again, a monster night for Jalen Green, man. And this man down there is player of the month, man. You can get this guy player of the month the way he is playing, and we started to see that consistency that we didn't see in the first half of the season. But the month of March, man, can't believe, man, we 10-1 in the month of March, and we are beating teams to popes. We're definitely executing on the offensive side of the ball. We're keeping our turnovers down. We're getting defensive stops when we need to get defensive stops. And Amen Thompson again, he struggled from the field, but he got some. He rebounded the ball effectively tonight. Everything just went in our favor tonight, man. So another key win against a team that we supposed to beat tonight. But again, you want to beat these teams that you're supposed to beat if you want to make it into a play-in tournament. I think we got Utah 2 more times too. We got Utah 2 more times again. So again, another great win for our Houston Rockets.
100%. I mean, what more is there to say other than like the first quarter told the tale of the entire game here. We were blowing them out in the first quarter, 21-47 points in the first quarter. Everyone came out hot. Fred came out hot. Jalen came out hot. I mean, you got to chalk this one up to pure skill, man. Utah looked lazy. They looked lackadaisical, and something that I like that you said was how this is the team they were supposed to beat, right? On top of us supposed to beat this team, this is another team that, I'm trying to figure out if they're making the play-in. I'm not sure what was up with Larry Markin, and I'm not sure why he was out tonight. I don't know if he's injured. But John Collins is back, and John Collins is having a pretty good game himself tonight, He ended up having 25 points and 6 boards. That's not too bad, And then Walker Kessler, who got moved to the bench, had 12 points, 9 rebounds. He did have 3 pretty good blocks, one of those being on Jalen, going up for a layup there. And Walker Kessler is just this huge presence, man. I mean, he's a deterrent, again, kind of like Rudy Gobert, just a guy that you are probably not supposed to go up against in the paint. But Jeff Green challenged that man. Jeff Green saw that man stand in the paint, and he tried to attack immediately go at him. Getting a couple fouls there, here and there. Absolutely fantastic. Again, congratulations, Jeff Green, bro. 25 minutes played, and he had 21 minutes. Just absolutely, or 21 points. Just absolutely fantastic. The rest of the bench, they were pretty okay. Not a lot going on. Jeff Green leading the bench in scoring. But we did have a lot of threes made. We had 8 threes made from the bench alone. And like you said, we had 27 threes. 17 of those came from Jalen and Fred. Man, absolutely crazy. The entire Utah Jazz only made 11. They only made 11 threes, and we made 27. Absolutely crazy. We also shot 55% from three-point range. I mean, we could not be stopped tonight. Jalen Green, Player of the Week, 2.0, Player of the Month. If we can go 3-1 in our next 4 games, we face Portland, the Mavs, Utah, and OKC.
Okay.
If we can go 3-1 in those next 4 games here to end the month of March, best player of the month.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's player of the month. That's coach of the month for Ime. If Ime gets us into the playoffs, that's coach of the year. I'm also just putting that out there. Yeah. If Ime gets us into the playoffs, coach of the year, 100%, 100%. He deserves it. He's been talk about balling out. He's been coaching out. It's been absolutely fantastic, left and right. The way he's able to break down teams, go against teams like this. Again, I mean, we're 3-1 against the Nuggets. I think we went 3-0 against the Kings this year.
Yep,
it's just crazy, man. Just absolutely crazy. Dante, did you have anything else for this game?
Again, it was a great game, and we went 2-2 against Phoenix.
We did.
Not bad against a team that's supposed to be scary in the playoffs. We played the Clippers tough. We did beat Dallas, but that was without Kyrie and Luka. You want to beat them with both of them.
A team that we were supposed to beat.
Yep. A team that we were actually supposed to beat, and we actually beat them and beat them crazy, beat them down real crazy. But other than that, we beat the Milwaukee Bucks this year with that. He beat them. So we got some big time wins, man, against some very good teams. The New York Knicks was hot coming into to that game in Toyota Center. We end up beating them. End up beating them when Jalen Brunson was going insane in the fourth quarter, pretty much. So we beat some very good teams, man.
Yeah, and that says a lot to the coaching, to the players, the pace. I mean, again, we're 10-1 in March, and we're missing 3 of our core guys and our best player, Şengün. And Jalen Green has completely taken over during the stretch here, looking like our best player. So it's almost like if Jalen Green can finish out the season, not scoring 40 every night, but he had 2 40-point games just this week alone. That's crazy, especially when you saw at the beginning of the season, he was only averaging 17 points a game now. He's brought his average up to, I think, 19.2 points per game. So, hey, that's huge. That's big for Jalen. Obviously you want to see that scoring uptick a little bit more. And hopefully he can get to 20 points a game, which I think he can, especially by the end of the season. He can get up to 20 or even more over 20 points per game if he keeps having these 30-plus nights. And, of course, I'm expecting Şengün to be out for the rest of the season. So, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening going forward here. But we might be back in contest yet again for who's the best player on the team between Şengün and Jalen Green by the end of the season, and to tie it all together, I thought it was going to be Jabari. I was completely wrong, who it was when we had our predictions when we started the season way back. I was like, man, Jabari, man, you're going to be our best player. And he's been really, really, really good this season. He completely turned it around from his rookie season. So all props to him, 100%. But, I mean, we're doing this without Şengün. We're doing this without Tari Eason. And we're doing this without Cam Whitmore. And we still might make the play-in.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable, man.
I mean, last week we were just talking, or 2 weeks ago, we were just talking like, I'd be happy with 35 wins at the end of the season. It wouldn't be too bad. It'd be better than what we thought we were going to be. And here we are with 35 wins, and there's still 12 more games to go. We are locked in. What is it in football? In the hunt. That's what it feels like we are right now. We are right there.
Imagine, man, you need 5 more wins to get to 40 wins.
Wow. And that's
40 wins season, man. That would be crazy, insane improvement, man.
18 plus wins.
Yes. After being an ANU team for 3 goddamn years, coming into this year, and we're talking about 40 plus wins this season. Just like you said, on the next couple of games, we go 3-1, which is we possibly could go 3-1 playing Portland and Utah on one of those times, and playing Dallas. I think we can end up beating Dallas the way we playing at this rate right now. But again, imagine beating an OKC, which is we already beaten this season. That's another team that we beat. And matter of fact, we blew them out. I think we dominated them. We dominated them in Toyota Center before they got us the last 2 times. Imagine doing that again, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's crazy.
That'd be absolutely phenomenal. I'm just so excited for potentially postseason Houston Rockets basketball, man. I'm just glad, and this isn't any strays towards these franchises, but I'm just glad we're not the Kings, right? Like, not being in the playoffs for what was it, like 10 years or something like that, 12 years?
They was in I think before they made the playoffs, they had, outside of the Timberwolves, did they have the longest drought or something?
Yeah. It was like 20 years, wasn't it?
It was about that side. It was about that.
Jeez, that's crazy, man. Almost as old as I am, not making the playoffs. Can you imagine what it was like being a Kings fan for that long? And here we are, spoiled with talent, spoiled with veterans, spoiled with a great coach. We got really lucky. Houston lucked out. And I think that's one of the big differences between those the high market teams, again, like the Knicks, the Rockets, Golden State Warriors, Lakers, that can just draw in talent no matter what. It doesn't matter what the team looks like, we're getting talent. Versus the Kings, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, their best player, DeMarcus Cousins, back then couldn't take them to the playoffs, and Boogie was bad back in the day, man. Boogie was bad, man.
Don't forget, Karl-Anthony Towns has never made the playoffs with him being the main player. And to So
True.
Anthony Edwards got that. He never been to the playoffs as him being the number one guy.
True, yeah. It was like him, D'Lo, and Wiggins one season, you know.
Yep.
And
For
and
the
and
yep, for variety of seasons. They was the long at that point of time. Them and Kings was going back and forth, but see the longest playoff drought. When Jimmy Butler came in Minnesota, that's when they snapped that drought. That's when they snapped that playoff drought. Jimmy Butler acts out. You remember after we beat them, after we beat them,
yep.
and Clint Capella outplayed Karl Anthony Towns, that was pretty much insane throughout that series. And Jimmy Butler asked out because Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins didn't want it bad enough. They didn't want to work hard. And he took the third stringers and beat Karl Anthony Towns with them. He beat Karl Anthony Towns then with them at practice. That was insane right there. And then Jimmy Butler ended up moving on. They ended up missing the playoffs for another 2 years, including Anthony Edwards' rookie year. And that's when they made that play. That's when they first got to the playoffs. Anthony Edwards' second season, they've been in the playoffs. So, yeah, Karl Anthony Towns, as the number one guy, never made the playoffs.
That's absolutely crazy when you think about it, man.
Yeah.
That's really wild. That's really wild. Clint Capella outplaying. It's just like crazy because all like, and it's not against Capella. His game is very basic. He just rolls to the rim. He's just a rim runner. That's his whole offensive bag is I'm either going to catch the layup or catch the dunk. That's it. That's all he does.
Yep.
And he's a good fast break big man, I suppose. You know, he's got that. You know, but you know, hello to a fan. Hello.
Hey, what's good, Miss Lindsay? What's good?
There you go. Hey, Dante got fans in the chat, man. Look at that. So proud of him. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel, by the way, since we're talking about it. At Coach Dante 31, man. His YouTube channel pop off. Now, let's talk about the final thing for our little chat here. The top two guards in the league. You got a lot of guys up here. Obviously, I had to throw Jordan Clarkson in this because Jalen was making those Jordan Clarkson allegations, and he's been beating them ever since then, man. Just absolutely.
He said Jordan Clarkson allegations.
So Dante and I are going to talk about the top 10 two guards in the league. Top 5 and all that. In either in order, not any particular order, but I'm going to let Dante kind of steer this conversation here. So. But I will start off with saying that undoubtedly the best two guard in the league currently is Devin Booker, right?
I think the best two guard is Anthony Edwards.
You think it's Anthony Edwards? You got Anthony Edwards over Booker? Look at that. We already separated. Cool. All right. You think Ant is better than D Book? Interesting. Why do you say that?
I think Anthony Edwards is playing a better basketball right now. I think he's got a higher upside than Devin Booker has. And again, Anthony Edwards does a really good job of elevating the Timberwolves as the main person. Devin Booker, pretty much, Chris Paul still had it. He was one of the best leaders in the NBA at that point of time. You still had DeAndre Ayton, who was a double machine. That first year they made the finals. You had good pieces on now. But I think Anthony Edwards just longevity. I think he will end up better than he will end up better than Devin Booker.
Oh yeah, I think eventually Ant will be better. But right now, I have Devin Booker as being better, right?
Yeah.
I think the efficiency is there, and obviously, Booker gets a lot of hate as it is, but he does cry a lot. I'll be the first one to say it. I'm not necessarily the biggest Booker fan, but boy, can he get buckets. Him and KD, having them on the same team is absolutely crazy. And it's wild to think that they're not like a top 3 seed in the West. Like you have OKC way up there at top right now. That's absolutely wild. And the Suns fighting to stay out of the play currently. They got like 42 wins, I think, 43 wins.
Yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But there is that. Now, Anthony Edwards, I have him interchangeable with the second or third best.
Devin Booker is the second.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I got D Book as 1, and then my 2/3 is Ant, and obviously, he's a fantastic player. But between him and Jaylen Brown, and the reason I say that is because Brown plays hard-nosed defense. He's really good, and yes, he is the number 2 to Jason Tatum. But I think that gap is a little bit closer than a lot of people want to say. You know, like Tatum is the clear number 1, but it's not like it's like uh, LeBron to Kyrie or LeBron to D Wade. This is you know this is pretty close. This is like Stephen Curry or you know Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, right? Like either one could be the number 1 option any given night. You know, either one can drop 30 any night. So you know, and then again with that, Brown, he's just a little bit more of a veteran presence, a little bit more of that veteran talent. And I've got him, you know, just kind of up there. And then right behind them, I've got Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And again, this is a guy who's dropped 71 in a game. You know, he dropped 56, 57 in a game in the playoffs. He's huge. You know, Mitchell standing at 6'2", right? 6'3". He's a fantastic three-level scorer. His defense, it looks like, for the Cavs has fallen off a little bit, but his scoring has taken a whole new level. I think this season he averages 27 points a game, which is pretty impressive because it's a very, very quiet 27 points per game right now. I mean, he's averaging essentially what Jalen Brunson is averaging, but it's just, you know, the way that Mitchell can score is just phenomenal. You know, it's very electric, and I got a lot of respect for Mitchell over there. And then, of course, I've got Kyrie in the mix too, right? I mean, you know, Kyrie, he traditionally plays a 1, but on the Mavs, he's been playing a 2. He played the 2 next to James Harden when James Harden was over on the Nets, you know. So for all intents and purposes, I'm classifying Kyrie as a 2 and leaving Luka as the 1 in this. I know that Kyrie, like I said, I know generally Kyrie plays the 1, but for the Mavs, he's been playing a lot of the 2. And that's cool. That's fine. Whatever they want to do for it. But I got Kyrie up there too. You know, that was my top 4 is D-Book, Brown, Edwards, Mitchell, and Kyrie, I would say.
Yeah. I'm going to, after Edwards and Book, I'm going to take Donovan Mitchell because I believe Jaylen Brown is more of a 3. I believe he's more of a small forward than anything. So I'm going to take Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to actually take Kyrie Irving. Going to take Jaylen Brown, Jordan Clark. I'm going to take Jalen Green. I'm going to take Jordan Clarkson and Klay Thompson after that. I think most of the reason why I got Jaylen Brown's because I think he's more of a 3. I think he's more of a 3 go. He's more of a small forward.
That's fair, you know. And that's totally warranted. Now, obviously, I don't think Clarkson is a top 10 2-guard in the league. I had him up here for all intents and purposes of making the Jordan Clarkson joke with Jalen Green, of course. I totally had to. But to add on to that, you know, yeah, I'd say Klay is still like top 10 shooting guard in the league, but I have him at 10th, right? If I were to do it that way. But yeah, if we're really looking at it, you know, and that's also why I didn't include Paul George in this because I think he's a true 3. I see where you're saying about Jaylen Brown being closer to a 3, but I think that PG is just a true 3, you know. So going forward with that, you know, after Kyrie, there's not a lot of shooting guards in the league that you can think of that are immediately better than Jalen Green. People want to say, what about Shea? What about him? Well, he plays the point for his team. He plays PG this, you know, all season, despite Josh Giddey supposedly being their point guard. Shea plays point, you know. I do not look at Austin Reeves as better than Jalen Green, right? Next, you got Tyrese Maxey, right, who plays combo guard for the 76ers. So for all intents and purposes, I will still consider him a 2-guard. He's a 2-guard, you know. And so I would say next, right after Kyrie, is Tyrese Maxey and Jalen Green, right there, you know, as your top 6, right? And so Jalen Green just sits right outside the top 5, in my opinion. You know, I think Maxey's a little bit better because he's got a higher playmaking prowess, right? He played with James Harden, so he's got a lot of those moves in his bag, and he plays pretty fluid. He's been pretty consistent all season. I think he dropped 50 points in a game this season as well, alongside Joel Embiid, and he's been leading his team ever since then without Joel. So I've got Tyrese just a little bit over Jalen Green right now, but that's where I got Jalen sitting tight at 6, man. Especially for what he's been doing lately. I'm talking about this month, 10-1. He's just been phenomenal, and then the potential is also just like through the roof with this kid. I mean, if he can tap into 80% of what he's been doing for an entire season, he easily averages 27 plus a game.
Yeah.
Easily, on that 44 to 47% from the field. Just immediately uptakes his scoring. As long as his play style continues to grow and evolve, and he starts to continue to be a better shooter, and he starts to realize or continues to realize that his mid range has to be in his bag, and he needs to be able to just keep going to the hole, even if he's not getting the foul calls. Just keep driving, and you will get them eventually. I just need them to put a little bit more respect in Jalen's name. That's another thing too. Is that man literally goes to the rim and gets clobbered. He's literally dying at the rim. And you know what I mean? Yeah. And there's not much he can do about it, It is what it is. But yeah, that's where I got Jalen is sitting right at number 6.
Right at number 6. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
I mean, I remember when he was in Austin Reeves and what was his name? Jordan Clarkson allegations, man. And here he is just balling out, being really good, leading his team, playing fantastic, playing consistent ball against good teams and bad teams, beating teams where he's supposed to, even when he's not shooting 55% from the field, 45% from the field, still really good. I hope you guys can understand that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing for this that has really, really, really helped cement his spot, not only at the 6th spot, but also his overall play as of late, is because he started to make his threes. I think once the 3 ball starts falling for him, not necessarily in a game, but just consistently over multiple games, defenses guard him completely differently. Yeah. They guard up more on that 3. They don't want him taking that, and they'd rather try their chances at the 2, where he's going to get hacked, right? And at the end of the day, that's how you guard superstars, Yep. You're like, all right, well, 2 is less than 3, so I'd rather get them to step on me, and hopefully my big man can rotate. And if not, we'll take a 2. You're going to take the 2 over the 3 any day of the week. But for Jalen, it's 41. For Jalen, it's 26 every night. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, over his last 3 games, he's averaging 34 points a game between 240 bombs and then, or he's averaging 38 points a game. I'm sorry, between 240 bombs and then a 26 piece against the Bulls. I mean, what more is there to say about this kid, man? How special he is, how amazing he's been, how talented he is. I mean, that's Jalen, right? And people, he even had that Jordan layup. Remember that? We didn't even get to talk about that a couple games ago. He had that Jordan layup, man. That was so clean.
I mean, this guy potential is through the roof, man. When this guy is making shots, especially when he's making those, step back jump shots that he's been making. I mean, I think that this guy potential is, like I say, through the roof, man. This guy game is scary. It is really scary when this guy making all these jump shots, these step back jump shots that he's making, going to the basket, finishing at the rim. Man, that is some really scary stuff right there, man. That is some really scary stuff.
100%. And talking about scary, it is scary hours for the rest of the league because we put them on notice, man. We are 500. We are 35-35 officially. We are 1.5 games back from the Golden State Warriors. We have 1 less win than them, and then 2 more losses, so 1.5 games back. Hey, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yep. And plus, we still got them another 2 times, right?
Do we play them at the end of the season?
I think we played them. I think we still play them.
I know we played them April 4th at least.
Oh, we still got probably 1 more time because I think we played them 3 times, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we played them in Houston earlier during the season. We played them early during the season. I think twice. If I'm not mistaken, we probably got them once or twice.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm all for it, and especially if we can beat a rival, right? I'm considering a rival right now because we're trying to make the play-in, and they're trying to make the playoffs, right? So it just sees, who's hungrier, who wants it more, who's coaching better, what players are ready, who's ready, and are you ready? Because I'm ready.
I'm definitely down. I'm definitely ready, man. I'm ready.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for our team to go take us to the playoffs. Not the promised land just yet, but the playoffs, maybe, man. I remember at the beginning of the season, I had high hopes for this team to be potentially the 6th seed, because I think we were like the second seed for a while over in Houston.
And then we were like the 6th seed for a little bit of while. Then started struggling, and now we pretty much in a position where we can just make the plan if we keep going strong and we finish it off strong.
Yep. We just got to finish strong, man. I jump for joy if we can make the playoffs. But making the play in, absolutely fantastic. If we can get something like that. My camera looks like it shut off, but here we go. I'm back. Technical difficulties, everybody. But with my camera starting to fizz out, we've been here for an hour. Dante's tired. I'm tired. Is that time, guys? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to the entire episode of the Houston Rockets H-Town Rundown Basketball Podcast. You can follow Dante at Coach Dante 31. Be sure to check out his XF account as well as his Instagram account, same username, and his YouTube. Dante Emanuel YouTube is so fire. He makes content essentially every single night. Don't forget to follow this account. Yeah, this account, the H-Town Rundown on the XF as well as Instagram. Check us out on YouTube, man. I want you guys to leave a comment down below where you think Jalen ranks among the top 2 guards in the league. Where do you have him? Is he the best shooting guard in the league? Is he the worst shooting guard in the league? I want to know, man. I'm very excited to read these comments this time. And you can follow me, that's drip2ps_GAWD for my XApp. Then you can follow my Instagram, drip2ps_GAWDD2Ds for my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. You guys have a good one. Dante is out, man.
Peace out, y'all.